All right, Floyd. It looks like we are live, son. Oh, just popping on here because I'm bored and feeling good, nothing going on. Gonna see if anybody comes in at all. This is a real pop-up of a pop-up. Floyd's even sleepy and bored, won't talk to me. So we'll see what happens here, see if anybody's around. Also, this is a chance to check out these new glasses. I think I should have had the bifocal put higher up on them. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, no one has popped in yet, but this is a bad time of day to do a pop-up, at least in Eastern time. It's 4:45. People are getting off work or are off work, traveling. Look at the bird, Floyd. See the bird? Here's one person in. Let's see if they speak. See if they say hello. Just a pop-up, nothing special, no guest, no topic, no nothing, just a ramble. Beard needs trimmed. Hey, Davo. Hey, Huawei. Just doing a pop-up. Good to see you too. Kind of bored. Starting to feel better. I've been under the weather for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Still having tests and so forth, so doing cardiac workups now. Had some tests yesterday. Got 2 more next week. So do have some cardiac problems, but good to see you too, Sam. Do have some cardiac problems, but don't know what yet. Do I look good? All right. I'd have came on here sooner if I'd known all this. Y'all got it fixed so just the subscribers can send, what's it say? The moderator turned on subscribers only mode, only channel subscribers of 1 minute or longer can send messages. Oh, okay. Alrighty. I was going to change the orientation on this and have it be landscape, but I didn't get it done in time before I went live. It says there are 19 people in here. I don't believe that. Not a lot going on, nothing new going on. Like I said, I've been under the weather for the last few weeks, having some tests and got some things narrowed down, and don't know everything, but do know what I don't have and that kind of stuff. For a while they were saying I had Cushing's disease, but I don't. So it would be better to have it than to have the mimic of it, apparently, but I do have some heart problems, so I'm getting that stuff worked out and sorted out. So I had some tests yesterday, and I have stress tests and Dopplers and stuff like that next week. But I have been staying in, had some periods of fainting, not dizzy or vertigo or anything like that, just falling out like I drove up in my neighbor's yard, but I come to immediately. So narcolepsy, who knows what it is, but so I had to wear a Holter monitor for that for about a week, and I got the results of that back, and it was normal, except my heart rate stays too high. It stays above 100 60% of the time, and most people, when they wear it, it's about 10% of the time. So my heart's working overtime for some reason. So I'm gonna get all those things figured out and worked out and all that. So, but yeah, I haven't even been going to adoption events or taking any of the ARC pets anywhere. Yeah, it does prevent trolls. Dave had to subscribe. Uh-oh. How much does it cost for people to subscribe on here now? Floyd is no fun at all. If I had some food, he's gotten so, he's so aggressive with food. I have to shake a knife at him. Hey, Whip, there he is. What's up, buddy? Let's get tanked, you know it. It's free. We can't beat that price, can you? Free 99. Been subscribed a long time. Probably a year, I know it. Trying to figure out what that is behind me. I think it's an empty flower pot. Got a dog food bag sitting over there too. Had my test kit out. You can see it there by my shoulder. Checking out some of my water parameters on my 180. Do you know that I ordered some warmouth and long ear native fish, and I got 7 of them in, and they all died within 2 days. And what's so bizarre is I have fish in that tank that are doing fine. So they were acclimated. I mean, they came in fine, but it took about 2 days for them all to die. So I have no idea what's going on. And I've been checking the parameters, so there must be something in the tank that doesn't show up on the things we test for. I may try to take that and get a sample and take it somewhere to see what's going on in there. I think maybe the fish that are in there, got a rope fish and some cichlids and some tetras in there. Barbs. It's the 180. So I never have any problems with it. But that was just awful to get all those new fish in and them all die on me like that. I see one I've got to get out right now. It's the last one. Sucked up to the hang on back. And I've got a major algae bloom going on. Well, not a bloom, but on the sides. I need to clean the sides of the 125, the community tank. It's doing good. I did a water change on it yesterday, so that might help the algae a little bit. Yeah, I tried to acclimate them slowly. And I got his parameters, the guy, you know, so that I could try and have them be as close as possible. But yeah, you're right. But I wonder why it took 2 whole days for all of them to die. I'm wondering if there's not some kind of metal or something in there. And then I got concerned a little bit about, let me see. Then I got concerned a little bit about the plastic plants, but those are supposed to be fine. And then I've got that one big silk one way back there, right in the middle of the screen. It's back in that far corner. But I read up on silk plants, and the consensus is that they're fine. And in fact, they're preferred over plastic plants. So go figure. Thought maybe that silk plant was breaking down or something. So then that leaves the question of, is it something with the wood, or, you know, what's going on? I don't see anybody swimming around right now. You can see the one sucked up to the filter back there. Got to get it out. And that'll be the 7th one. The rope fish isn't out unless I'm feeding them. Oh, let's see. And here's this algae mess. Somebody was calling then, so I don't know what it did to the stream, to the chat. Oh, I'm shaky. Oh, I did end up getting me another, yeah. I tell you what, my mind goes blank. Another one of those orange guy, parrotfish. That's the original one I've had for a while, and that's the new one I got over there. Most of the time they get along pretty good, but the bigger one, the original one, gives that one a little bit of grief. But there's tons of places you can't see in there to tell it, but tons of places to hide, and little commercial there for Vibrabites. Got a new catalog here for the shelter. Going to go through that and see if there's anything that we need that's on sale or just a hiccup. Got a new, forget what you call them. Is it a caladium? I sit here, I've been, like I was saying, Whip, I've been sick for 3 or 4 weeks, trying to figure out what's going on, and do have some cardiac problems, but I'm doing better, much, much better. But I sit here and get online and I see things that I just have to buy. One of the things I got was it's not even here with me, one of those electronic a buzzer thing that's, is a real loud noise when the dogs bark, and I got that, and it works great except for one dog, Tish, the old mean one from the Ark. She's here with me, and I don't know if it's because she can't hear or she's just so mean she doesn't, but it stops them barking immediately, and that's very nice, very helpful. Do I have any catfish? Yes, I've got some Plecostomus in that 125, and the ropefish isn't really a catfish, it's just a bottom dweller. But yeah, I've got some Plecostomus in there. See if I see any up there. Don't see any up at the front there right now. They're the, again, can't remember. Got 2 in there. I've also got some freshwater lobsters, the cream, the white color. I've got 2 of those in there. They're doing great. One stays in the front area most of the time and one in the back, and they avoid each other like the plague. Let me put this back on there. See, he's coming up here now. See, they're not really fighting, they're just picking at each other, just keeping each other company. Sometimes they chase each other. The big one chases the little one, but the fins are in good condition. They're not bothering each other. I did get picked up some, that guy there. This diabetes keeps me from thinking. I'm thinking about what I want to say. Anyway, Acara. Yeah, little Acara. I got 2 of those. There's somebody here locally that breeds those, and they're the fancy ones. And I'll see them in just about all of the local shops from time to time. And they had them for $19 each, and I got 2, so he let me get them for $14.99. There are 2 of them in there, and I've got all kinds of fish in there. That's a native fish there. That's the last native fish, well, besides all of these rosy reds. It's the last native fish I have, and that's one that I'll probably just end up keeping in here in this community tank. See, they're being sweet to each other now. Yeah. I want a pleco, but I have a baby channel catfish and a striped Raphael cat. The striped Raphael, they stay hidden all the time. I had some of those, and they would stay inside the ornaments if they've got a place to hide. I did get away from the native tank ideal, but what I was going to do, Whip, is have it over in the 180. That's why I cleared all the fish out of there that I could. And that's when I ordered 7 fish to put over there. And that's what I've just lost. Yeah, I decided to make it be the 180. And once those had got acclimated, I was going to move her. She's my long-ear sunfish. She's beautiful, gorgeous. And it is a female for sure. The ones I got in were not quite that big. War mouse and 3 more of her. But yeah, I may revisit it, but I've got to find out what's going on in that tank over there. only see it when I clean the tank, yeah. That channel cat, I think, will get, hey, Sandy, she's my sister, my real life sister. I love you, Sandy. I haven't seen you in forever. She's still got that wrench, too. That's right. I know it. I'm glad you popped in, Sandy. How are you doing? TikTok shop, yeah. A lot of it, and people that I follow, you know, I'm on TikTok more than I am. I don't go live. I did once when I first started my channel, probably a year and a half ago. But I just have people that I follow over there and support. One of the things I just bought was I said that about the whistle about the dogs, but, a cart that I can use for grocery shopping or anything. It's really, really neat, and I got a great deal on it, so. What else have I bought? Seems like I buy something about every week from on there. Can't think, I'll have to think. But yeah, they're things that I really need and can use and do use. I think those channel cats will get where they'll start eating other fish. Can't remember. Yeah, the vibrobites, they're easy because they're, I like them because I can just pick up a big pinch of them and I can squeeze them a little bit and break them into smaller pieces. And all the fish in here can, I'm embarrassed, I shouldn't be, but I'm embarrassed to show that algae on there. I'll get in there and clean it out when I get ready to do it. When I get ready to do it. The plants are not doing as well as they were. They died back. They were acclimating to being in the water, underwater, so I'm hoping they're going to come back out. Move my branches around a little bit to make it look like roots coming down instead of branches underwater. So my ideal thing was to attach some plants to those roots, and I may still do that. I might. So Sandy, what are you doing? Hey, Bill. Welcome in. Sandy, what are you up to? How are you doing? How the hell are you? I'm going to get my channel and Raphael cats a 50-gallon while the channel is young, but when the channel is the same size, probably split them up. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Sandy, we need to have you come on the Tennessee Fish Mafia. Well, it's not the Tennessee Fish Mafia now, it's the Tennessee Fish Fam. Need to have you come on as a guest or a regular. I'm so glad you popped on. I haven't seen you in forever. Like I say, I'm not over on this side that much. I'm over on TikTok. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Those channel cats, I've seen them for sale like 8 and 10 and even 12 inches here in one of the stores. And they have some mouths on them. They're not like some of those catfish that can gobble anything down, but you're right, Whip, they do need. So I've got this 180 with like 4 fish in it. So I've got to figure out where I can take a water sample and find out what's going on in this tank. Because before the fish came, I actually went and did a 50% water change like a week before. It's got great aeration in it. All the parameters are fine on it that I can measure. I think it's something like the wood or something, but it's been such a stable tank for so long. It's not gonna let me change the orientation. A rough time, but getting better now. We need to talk. We need to talk, Sandy. I'm glad things are better, and I'm sorry you've had a rough time. I know what that's like. I keep bouncing my leg, and it's making this shake worse. Yet to be 30 inches. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, message me. I'll be watching for you. I've got this on a stick that I don't want to be holding, but I don't want to hold the camera either. Let me turn it back around this way. Floyd changed sides. Maybe he's going to wake up. Hey, buddy. Can you say hello? Can you say hi there? Say hello. You got me a little bit worried, Sandy. I hope everything's okay. I'll be eager to hear from you. Floyd. 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 Can you hear him make just a little peep? Floyd. You better look up here. Walway's here. Sandy's here. Whip's here. Huh? Huh? He's not saying anything. Just a little peep under his breath. Floyd. Floyd. You got bugs? You got mange? No, it's not coral. It's just, what you call it, rock. Not holy rock, but somebody says it, I don't know. No, I don't have any salt water anymore. And I don't have any. Now, there's some fake coral over on the right-hand side over there. I haven't ever taken it out. That's fake coral there. That might be what you're talking about. I just never have taken it out since it takes up so much room. And it looks good with this, except this is fresh water. But you know, we do what we want to do. We don't care. We do what we want to do, what we like. Electric blue Acara. I finally thought of it. Electric blue. I've got golden barbs. I've even got some swordtails in here, some male swordtails, just because I wanted something different to mix in. I just got 6, and I know one died because I saw one of the lobsters eating it. I just got 6 new Colombian tetras because I've got some pretty good sized Colombian tetras, but I wanted more of them to school. That big shiner I've got likes to chase the Colombian tetras. Where'd he go? There he is, that big shiner there. Actually, that's a native fish too. I forget about him. He came out of the bait bucket, him and 3 or 4 others when I first set this tank up. He's the last one. I forget he's in there. Him and her are the last 2 natives. I'm so critical of people who have a sunken pirate ship and a freshwater tank. It's like, come on, people. Well, some people like that stuff. I used to love to keep ornaments and that kind of stuff and to do a theme tank. Some people do it for their kids, you know. It's whatever, you know, it's like anything, whatever you like. I'm more into like more biotope, except there's nothing at all about this like a biotope, like, you know, that fluid you're throwing your undergarments over here. His feathers are floating by. I got a few barbs. They are good. Barbs, you know, are related to goldfish, and I've still got my two little goldfish in here that are the originals from when I was cycling this to freshwater. There's one of them back there, and here comes the other one. I thought about moving them to the 180, but with fish dying off in there, I don't want to lose them after they've been such good keepers of this tank for me. But they eat a lot of algae, but they're not able to keep up with all that mess. But yeah, I've got several kinds of barbs. Got panda barbs in here. I forget those. They don't school very much. I've got some of those. I see one right there. Right there. Sorry it's so messy. Oh, and I forgot I've got 3 little angelfish in here. Just threw everything in here. One day I was out and I thought, I'm just gonna get some random fish, you know, fish that are not gonna fight or, you know, blah, blah. So there's one of the Colombians, one of the bigger ones. And I did. I got several different kinds of fish. 5 different kinds. Pirates are in the ocean. Well, that's true. But you know, them pirates do come up into the rivers too. You know, over here in, down in Georgia, Savannah, the pirates used to come up the river there, the Savannah River, or whatever that river is. That's a big thing still, a tourist thing there on their waterfront. They've got authentic pirate ships docked there, and they used to sail up the river. So you could argue that. Can't hear Whip. Oh, you're just trying to give Whip some shit, I see. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, just having a ramble, nothing special. Hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Great Lakes, that's true. There's a lot of shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. A lot of them. What is that, the Edmund Fitzgerald? It's got this famous song about. Mm-hmm. What else is going on? Oh, you guys remember probably my Chihuahua Milo. He's never on camera, but he's the one that looks like Yazzie, except he looks like he's inflated. He's the little fat black one, and I mean fat. He's 18 now. But the other night I heard this scuffle, this awful scuffle. And, you know, I just kind of half woke up and said, stop it, damn it. I'm going to get up and break your legs off and beat you to death with them. And, you know, the stuff you say when you're trying to get the dogs to stop. Anyway, so it was just over in a second, so I figured everything's fine. Well, it was, but next time I got up, like an hour or two later, as I usually do at night, I noticed Milo wasn't acting quite right. So I got some lights on and looked at him, and his right eye had popped out. You know, little bug-eyed dogs it's not uncommon for them to pop an eye out. I mean, you don't hear about it every day, but the vets see it fairly frequently. So his right eye was out, and it was hanging by just one. Well, first I saw blood, and I'm like, what the hell? I guess somebody bit somebody, which they never do. That's why I didn't even get up, because they never bite each other. But there was quite a bit of blood. I followed the trail, and then there was a lot of blood, and then it stopped, and then I followed and looked around, and it was Milo's eye. So I got him up and did a quick triage on him, went into critical care nurse mode, and got him up on the counter where I could look at him good, and there was no blood supply to it, and the muscle to the left side of the eye had detached, and the only thing that was going on was the right muscle that had detached, was still attached to the right side of the eye, and it was hanging down like 3 or 4 inches, and the eye was dry and the muscle was dry. So I thought, well, this probably is not going to work. I probably can't do it, but I've heard about popping them back in and the vet popping them in. So I thought, let me just get some tepid water and see, but he screamed bloody murder as soon as the water touched him. And I thought, but he's not going to be able to use the eye, and he's not had any blood supply to it for probably a couple of hours now. So I got my trusty bandage scissors and heated them up with a candle and did what I had to do. I hated to do it, and it made me so sick, but I went ahead and removed it, just cut that cord. It's not cutting a cord like with the labor and delivery. So I just cut that cord, and it hurt. I tried the first time and I didn't put enough into it, so the second time I made sure I got it, because it hurt him, because it still had feeling in it, of course, that muscle did. But he takes pain medication anyway for his hips and stuff. I don't know what I'm showing here. But anyway, so I gave him an extra dose of pain medicine. He had gone to sleep anyway. Fluid's waking up now. He's going to give me some, trying to fight with me a little. Anyway, I called the vet, and I had to be in Chattanooga an hour away that day for testing, for different tests and stuff, and I had to be there. I couldn't cancel them. You know, you can't cancel anyway after a certain time, but these were tests that had to be set up for me. And anyway, so they couldn't see him early that morning, even though it was urgent, and I wouldn't be back in time for him to see him that evening, so they said, just, keep doing what you're doing. So I got him in the next morning, so it was a full day. And he said, we really need to go in and, clean out the eye and remove the piece that, you couldn't get out, and suture his orbit shut so that it's not an open pathway to the brain, This is the way he put it. It's not exactly like that, but that's the way he put it. So I just ended up leaving him there, thinking they would charge me a boarding charge, but Jesus, they charged him hospital charges. I noticed it was $71 for him to spend the night. I could have taken a plane there and back. But anyway, I paid it. So he's got his little eye all sewn up now. He's got stitches inside that'll dissolve, and he's got stitches outside on it, and he hated the cone, and he's too fat, he can't rub his little eye anyway with his little short, fat legs, so I took the cone off on the way home. But he's doing good. He's eating. He's getting some people food, because he was being finicky about eating, so he's getting what I'm eating sometimes that he needs to eat. And he's doing good. He's sleeping here right beside me. Hello. But yeah, the bill was over $800. Jesus, I know it. It was $188 the first day. That included that $71 for him to stay the night so they could do surgery next day. And then it was $480 or something like that. Wait a minute, no, $680. So anyway, it was $800 total. But Milo, he's 18, there wasn't any option. The only other option would have been to put him down or risk him getting infections, and I couldn't do either one of those. And he's 18, so he's like me. He's probably lived most of his life, but I couldn't see letting that eye be the thing that gets him. It'd be like making it to the 1 yard line, and tripping. So he's in good shape. He's getting his antibiotic, I said that, and 2 kinds of pain medicine, Gotta go. See you, Huawei. Yeah, what an ordeal. What an ordeal. But in the meantime, having testing going on, it was diabetical stuff and cardiac stuff. So, but we got through it. He's a trooper. That's what made all the difference. He kept me up all night one night. I guess the day I brought him home from surgery, he's kept me up. I thought he was going to sleep, but I never could get him comfortable. So I was rocking him. As long as I would rock him, you know, like a baby, he was okay. Thanks, Huawei. All right, well, I've complained and mumbled and groaned and pissed and moaned and done all the usual stuff. Floyd, you not going to say hello? Floyd. Floyd, what are you doing? He's picking on his foot or something. Hey, Floyd. Floyd. You can't say hi? You can't say hi? There he is. Sweet boy. He's a sweet boy unless there's food involved. He's got some food aggression. Oh, he's so funny. He's decided he doesn't like Tish, one of the ARC foster dogs, and he follows her around and flies down at her butt. You've seen how birds do that, like if they're trying to keep you away from their nest or their babies or something, how they'll do a dog or a cat or even a person. He started doing that with Tish, and I don't think that's a good idea, because if she gets tired of it, that'll be the end of him. You better leave old Tish's butt alone. You expect a trip at the 1 yard line, Jeff? I know it. I'm waiting any minute. If I make it till November, I'll be 70. I'm trying. Getting started back up this coming weekend with adoptions and everything again, so been tired of being cooped up for a couple of weeks. I made the mistake of having a cough drop or a lozenge, and I was crunching it up, and he kept wanting to see what I had, so I put a little piece on my tongue and let him take it. Nasty, I know. So now he comes over and comes to my mouth like he wants food, like he's my baby. Florida, see there? I don't have anything, let go. That's nasty. That's nasty. Sounds like me crunching up a lozenge, doesn't it? Yeah? You a good boy? Teasing him. You're shaking your bugs off on me. Your Lemon over there scratching in the chair. Lemon. She's digging and digging and digging in the chair. Here, Lemon. Here, Lemon. Oh, be nice. Be sweet. Be sweet. Don't bite the ring. No. Don't bite the ring. That's all I need is you to get one of those little fake stones out and choke on it. Yeah. Come on. Where you going? All right, guys. If anybody's still awake, I'm going to get off here. You going to wake up and talk? Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Floyd. Floyd. What do you want? You're pushing me away and then you're putting your neck out to be scratched. Have a good night, Jeff. You too, Davo. See you later, Whip. See you, everybody. Take care.